So, problem set 4 in Algebra 1, and the first half a dozen problems in the problem set have to do with things you should have taken notes on that I said at the beginning of the lecture, knowing the difference between a number and a numeral, and what numbers are called natural, and just being able to understand and get some of those definitions there. And you continue all the way to 11. It's some doing perimeters and circumferences for lesson 3. And 12 through 15 are the same thing. So it looks like pretty much all the problems shouldn't be too bad, but I do want to jump up to one like number 21. And that gives you 4/3 times 7/2 times 9/5. All right, and I really suggest when you have numbers like this that you're multiplying, you find the product of primes. So 2 times 2 is 4/3. 7 is prime, 2 is prime, so nothing changes there, but 3 times 3 is over 5. And then I can cancel this 2 with this 2, this 3 with this 3. And that's all I can cancel, so I'm going to multiply what's not canceled. So there's 14 times 3 is 42, and then I have a 5 all by itself. So I end up with 42/5 for my answer. And I can leave it that way because my numbers up here were improper, so I can have an improper answer here. And let's jump to number 24. 24 is 14 2/3. And that's going to be over 3 1/4. Alright, so again, we change to mixed numbers first. So we multiply 14 times 3 is 42, plus 2 is 44/3. So we changed it to an improper fraction. We're going to change that to improper. And then we're going to invert and multiply. Now before we were showing some like this with that kind of a division symbol, and then we would flip this upside down and multiply. Well, it's the same thing, only the number here is the last numbers on the bottom. So now we're going to take this, flip it upside down, and then we're going to multiply. So that is what we're going to end up multiplying together. So let's take that and put it down here. I'm going to change my 44 to a product of primes. 11 times 4 or 11 times 2 times 2 would give me 44. And 2 times 2 and a 13. And one of the things that does by changing that to product of primes here is it lets you know if you can cancel. Notice I can cancel nothing out. So that means when I get an answer here, when I multiply everything through, I can't reduce. So this again is 44 times 2 is 88 times 2 is 176. And then 3 times 13 is 39. Now since I couldn't cancel anything here, I know that this cannot be reduced. But because I started out with mixed numbers, I'm going to have to do 39 into 176 in order to change that back to a mixed number. So that is it for the problem set 4. I think you'll be okay with that.